You're listening to The Signal Daily. Hi, I'm Shorbari, your host for The Signal Daily podcast. This is the episode for 27th June 2024. Today we talk about the case of fake resumes in India's job market. And for the main segment, we discuss and dissect the case of Foxconn not hiring married women in its iPhone factory in India. Job hunting has never been harder than before, right? You're fighting off stiff competition in the job market while trying to live up to unrealistic expectations from recruiters like overnight submission for lengthy assignments, industry experience for entry-level jobs, and the eye of a newt, toe of a frog, will of a bat and tongue of a dog. You know how the memes describe it? But some people are trying to jump the hurdles by faking it on their CV. And by that, I don't mean using AI to tailor CVs to match a job requirement. According to an ET report, in a workforce of 470 million, about 10% of Indian CVs have discrepancies in their resumes. This includes things like grades and percentage adjustment on fake mark sheets or even fake work experience letters on non-existent company letterheads. With some tweaks and creativity, you can have a perfect candidate. And these services can cost from rupees 150 to as high as rupees 1 lakh rupees, depending on how much you want to bluff. Is it just minor faffing or does it require elaborate forging like obtaining fake mark sheets? In Delhi, these services are reportedly available in Nehru Place and Karol Bagh. And this is happening in various sectors, by the way, from BPO to BFSI and manufacturing. The report says that fraudsters often target growing sectors. I know it sounds crazy to fake it till you make it so seriously, but in a job market where there is such a high level of unemployment and not enough jobs to cater to the workforce, both recruiters and employees are susceptible to deceit. I mean, you've already heard of the rampant corruption and cases of exam paper leaks for state and central government job recruitments, like the Staff Selection Commission paper leak from 2017, for instance, or the Vyapam scam from the 1990s. But these days, job scams are getting more and more elaborate, with fraudsters asking gullible job seekers to make a payment as a job application fee. In fact, just a few months back, Railway Police busted a fake job racket in which more than 300 victims were duped of rupees 21 crores. So really, are fake CVs all that surprising? But recruiters are onto it. There are several companies that are offering to do background checks and screen candidates like Authbridge, Firstbridge, and HighRight, etc. They will do a thorough check like validate education records, past employer details, identity checks, and even drug testing. But depending on fake resumes and fake certificates for a job is like playing with fire, because companies can blacklist such applicants. And also do remember, people who are found guilty of forging fake certificates can be slapped with 2 years of imprisonment with a fine. And now for our second segment, we are going to bring you deep dives on stories from the world of technology, business, policy, and anything that leaves you with food for thought. Speaking of a tough job market, God forbid if you're a woman vying for an assembly line job at India's iPhone factory in Tamil Nadu. Because a Reuters investigation found that Apple's biggest supplier, Foxconn, is systematically avoiding hiring married women in India. And this is despite both companies' codes of conduct barring them from discriminating against workers on the basis of their marital status. This, honestly, is just sad. S. Paul, a former HR executive, told Reuters that Foxconn India rejects married women because, quote-unquote, risk factor increases when you hire married women. Well, I can't say that this is the first time that I've heard of a silly justification to not hire women in the workforce, but let's see what are these said risk factors that deem married women unemployable in an iPhone manufacturing plants. So, number one, we have women having babies after marriage. Number two, married women have more familial responsibilities than unmarried women. And number three, married women are more prone to higher absenteeism. Did I just say that we've heard of all these lame justifications countless times before? In fact, that's almost exactly what a pharmaceutical company had also argued before the Supreme Court in 1965 to defend its practice of terminating employment of women when they got married. The company claimed you can't expect consistent attendance from married women. Even in 1965, by the way, the Supreme Court had disagreed and struck down the rule, and yet in 2024, we've got the same set of tired old excuses deployed by some of the world's biggest companies to deny employment to married women. Nevertheless, Foxconn assembly line jobs are coveted by low-skilled women as it promises them a secure work environment and financial independence. As per the Reuters report, in a bid to get a foot in the door, married women candidates often hide their marital status. But as former HR executives of Foxconn claim, hiring managers still remain on the lookout for signs such as jewelry. Those women who are spotted wearing ornaments related to marriage are subsequently turned away. Some executives also claim that metal ornaments mess with the production process. And yet, these concerns regarding employing married women apparently fly out of the window when the plant in Chennai faces labor shortage during busy periods. You see, it's all about convenience, because this is not the first time that Foxconn is being questioned for its questionable practices. One of the biggest electronic contract manufacturers in the world, Foxconn runs many factories in China as well. A decade ago, scores of workers working in its iPhone plants died of suicide, allegedly due to deplorable working conditions. In the Tamil Nadu plant as well, 250 workers reportedly suffered food poisoning earlier in December 2021. Well, all we'd say is that Foxconn needs to put his damn house in order. Until then, there are no jobs for married women in India's iPhone factory. If you like listening to The Signal Daily, please show some support. Rate us and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We'd love to hear what you have to say about this podcast. So feel free to shoot an email at shorbury@thecore.in. This episode was researched, written and produced by me, Shorbury, and Anup Singhal. Edited by Dinesh Narayanan. Mastered and mixed by Yash Hirve. You can catch this podcast every morning on Spotify, Apple, Amazon Prime Music, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. We are thesignal.co on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter.